Have you ever walked into a park, looked at the children playing there, and wondered whether that boy on the swing is going to become a star athlete? Whether the girl on the seesaw is going to become a Nobel Prize winner? Well, all these children have the same brain and the same promises. Whether the boy on the swing is going to become the captain of the Indian cricket team is decided by approximately 1.4 kilograms of gray matter that defines who we are. Within our brains are billions of cells called neurons that transmit all that we experience: love, hate, grit, passion.
Unexpected large consequences result from small events. That insignificant event occurred in April 1998 on the television. The legend of Indian cricket, Sachin Tendulkar, is engaged in a fierce battle with the mighty Australians in Sharjah. And more than 2,000 kilometers away, a storm brewed inside a young boy. Each swing of a bat from Sachin Tendulkar, the little master, was a hammer that sculpted the world's greatest chase master. A small, insignificant event in the present had an incredible, indelible effect on the future.
Sachin Tendulkar was someone who changed the way everyone looked at this sport in this country. He was literally an emotion, not just a cricket player. So I had always seen him play, but it was the games in Sharjah in 1998 against Australia. Those two games that he played that totally changed my perspective of looking at the game.
One of the things that also happened in post-liberalization is middle class became more and more adventurous. Right? India was always considered as a sleeping tiger simply because middle class people don't want to venture into newer domains of life. And post-liberalization gave an opportunity to middle class people that, okay, I can also become a Lata Mangeshkar, I can also become an Amitabh Bachchan, or I can also become a Tendulkar or a Gavaskar.
More focused after that. I lost total desire of wanting to do the other stuff and put all my energy into realizing my dream and my father's dream as well, of me representing my country.
When a parent dies, of course, it's natural to experience grief. Your body is going to be under a lot of stress. So your brain will be releasing a lot of stress hormones like cortisol, and there will be stress response throughout your body and your brain. One thing that is often recommended as a way of overcoming that physiological stress of grief is to get a lot of exercise. So someone who's an athlete would actually have an advantage, be able to go out and flush that constant stress response.
In my career, then I got 180 odd against Pakistan in an Asia Cup game. So I thought I'm going to come to the IPL and I'm going to dominate, and things didn't happen that way. And I got really, pushed back because of it. I felt really sad. I felt really demotivated. I was eating very badly. I was, drinking, and I was partying, and I was a total wreck at that time. No discipline at all. And the season finished. We didn't have a great season. The first day I went home, I came out of the shower. I saw myself in the mirror, and I was like, there's no way you can look like this if you're a professional athlete. And from the next morning, I totally changed my eating habits, my training routines, and everything. So that was quite a significant incident, for me to understand what I need to do with my career and totally transform, so to say.
See, sport is not about being the best in the city or the best in the country. It's about being number one in the world. When you talk of Virat Kohli, he's the number one batsman in the world in probably all three formats of the game. the only way you'd be able to do that is if your sleep patterns, your recovery patterns, your nutrition, your physical training, and your technical prowess at its pinnacle at all times.
It's easy for something to become an obsession if it's very rewarding. Dopamine system in your brain will release that really good feeling dopamine, make you feel really good, and that trains you to want to do it again and again and again. And that dopamine release is actually at the basis of all kinds of obsessions we can form, whether they're positive ones like staying healthy or negative ones. And so having those early experiences of success coming one after another can really cement that obsession of wanting to do it over and over and over again.
Virat imprinted on his soul the 7 virtues of being a warrior, the Bushido code of the samurai. Justice, courage, benevolence, politeness, honesty, honor, loyalty.
I felt like these are the same characteristics that I share. I've had to fight for everything that I've got in life so far. And I will have to be this person all my life because of the choices that I will keep making. And hence it was a representation of me wanting to do something so badly, which was wanting to become a professional cricketer.
You have a symbol like a samurai that reminds you of strength, your own inner strength. Or you have a symbol that relates to your parents, which were
the basic essence of me doing everything as a cricketer on the field. Instinct takes over everything. Sometimes I go into a state where I don't even look at the bowler, it's literally just failed horribly, miserably, and that made me realize.
Dissected even without results, yet it exists in an enormous scale.
ह्यूमन इंस्टिंक्ट्स इंटरनल चीज़ है कि उसके अंदर में किस प्रकार की स्कूलिंग मिली है, कैसी पेरेंटिंग मिली है, उसकी एक इंडिविजुअल बेसिक इंस्टिंक्ट्स बन जाती है. उसको ट्रेट्स कहते हैं, ट्रेट में कन्वर्ट होता है, ट्रेट होता है. अगर वो ट्रेट अंदर में है तो वो किसी भी स्थिति में जो है अपने को हार नहीं मानेगा.
2014, that tour of England, where I went in with a lot of expectations of myself again, failed horribly, miserably, and that made me realize a lot of things. That made me realize that I need to enjoy the sport. That made me realize that I need to enjoy life. I cannot take so much stress on myself. So when we went to Australia, I got 400s in 4 test matches. And I was really nervous before that because I thought if this doesn't go right, maybe I'll lose my place in the test team.
Instinct is a byproduct of experience, and the more often he plays this, the stronger that instinct comes. It also
होता है ओलंपिक सिस्टम के अंदर में जो न्यूरल फायरिंग है, वहाँ के न्यूरॉन्स हैं, वो ऑप्टिमल लेवल पे फायर करते हैं.
And Rafael Nadal.
The last one that I have here is I finished with the Om symbol, which is the universal sound, which is probably the most consistent thing in the whole universe. Anywhere you observe sounds of the universe, that is what is the most consistent sound that you will hear, and that is the essence of life. To understand, you're not even a dust particle in the universe, and sometimes our ego allows us to think that we are everything. So I think it's quite astonishing and quite magnificent in a lot of ways that I've started to understand now. That so I have started to realize strongly that I'm meant to be where I am, and this is not random.
A mega icon, the captain of the India cricket team, the cricketer monk, darling of billions, is a consequence of a journey, a series of butterfly effects. An end result, perhaps, of an unremitting obsession to be perfect, of grief, of failure, of instinct, and possibly cricketing nirvana. His journey is defined by 9 symbols printed on his body. The lines that crafted it were once drawn by prehistoric man thousands of years ago. Virat's tattoos are 9 identities that symbolizes a mega-icon. A scientific biopic, the story of his life, printed with ink on human skin.
I don't need to look any further than both my